And obviously, I've also just picked up Resident Evil 1 for the Saturn, so I'll be playing through that as well. Staying on the so staying on the focus of Resident Evil, I'm going to start covering some of the mods as well for Resident Evil, for the original titles. Talking of Resident Evil, what does anyone think about the new style of Resident Evil, first person style? I don't like it.
Let's take off the full screen then and see what anyone has to say on the new style of Resident Evil. I mean, it couldn't run on an Evercade. Maybe the older version of Resident Evil might be able to run the Evercade PS1 emulation, but I don't know. Anyone want to answer that?
I've not played the latest one, but Resident Evil 7 was really good. Completely different, but it kind of fell into that same trap that every Resident Evil does, where it's like really scary at first, and then it just turns into a shooter. But apart from I thought kind of the body horror sort of aspect of it was laid on a bit too thick. I really enjoyed it, and it was nice to actually get back to being scary again, because the last few have not been.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Go on, Al, go on.
Well, I was just going to say that obviously Capcom themselves admitted that apparently 7 was too scary, so they had to make 8 less scary. It's like, hold on a sec, it's a horror game. What are you kind of expecting? That's the thing that's a bit weird with Resident Evil. I'm unfortunately thinking that it's going to start burning itself out, because obviously they're now throwing all of these. There's a film, there's a live action series, as well as the animated new film. It's like, I think they're going too heavy with it. It's going to do what Walking Dead did and basically just throw itself on everything. And now few people still watch Walking Dead, but nothing like it was. But I'm just worried Resident Evil is going to go down that way. It might disappear for a few years, then it will come back again. I mean, like I said, the original games, like 1, 2, 3, are fantastic games. I'm probably a very unpopular opinion with I hate 4. I really don't understand the love for that. I don't know what it is. Everyone loves it, and because I never played it when it originally came out. Everyone hates me with that opinion. but I don't get the love for it. I don't
think it gets better than Resident Evil 2 remake. That's the problem. I think that they peak. I just don't think Resident Evil 7, or I haven't played the newest one, but I think the remake of Resident Evil 2 is better than the original. Should I, I don't
know about that.
It is.
It is great. It is great, though. It is great. I
just don't think you could make a better because of the nostalgia for the original Resident Evil 2. It made me want to play the remake even more, and I just think graphically it's so far ahead. I know it's not all about the graphics, is it? But it's so far ahead, and there was so much more to it that I just love Resident. I don't actually think they can make a better Resident Evil game than the Resident Evil 2 remake. But
what I've been saying for a long time is not necessarily a Resident Evil game, but I want someone to bring out a survival horror with PS1 style graphics, with pre-rendered backgrounds, with really terrible voice acting. I want a new game like that, because I'd just lap that up. I know there's a few on the PC, but a new one on consoles just set out like an old style one. I would absolutely kill for that. But you'd have thought with the popularity of Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes, you'd have thought that Capcom would kind of see that that's what people want and move back to that style. But I don't know. It was the same thing with Sega when the guy brought out Sonic Mania and it was super popular. Sega just kind of went, "Oh yeah, that's nice," and then carried on making 3D Sonic games. It was just
It's my absolute favorite genre ever. I mean, I love it when they bring a new Silent Hill out. That's my favorite one out of all of them. And I'm still waiting. I'm just praying that one day my dream will come true and there will be another Eternal Darkness. But Resident Evil, I've loved that since day one. I think it's an awesome franchise. I always get some fun out of it somewhere. But the ultimate, and let's see if you all agree, the ultimate version of Resident Evil 2 is the Game.com version. It's gorgeous, beautiful graphic. But in all seriousness, I love them no matter what. I can always find some joy in them, but I do love replaying the first 3, and then really just take some beating. But for me, it's nostalgia more than anything. And Code Veronica, I just loved that on the Dreamcast. I absolutely adore a game. Yeah, so that's made me love bloody horror no matter how it comes. And the worse, the more graphic, the better for me. To be quite honest.
Well, yeah, I mean, talking about arcade games.
You can now support the channel on patreon.com/GamesRip, as well as remember to like, comment, and subscribe.